the final of the World Cup, they didn't qualify from their group in the next Euro Championship.
Exactly.
Tough. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. They've always been lukewarm. But remember, this is the World Cup now, and they'll be saying to themselves, "We made it to the final, and we weren't so fantastic, but we made it to the finals, and we were this close, but for that shocker that Spain gave to them." So, I mean, stories tell football at times. You might not have the best of players, but you just want to go back to your history. But I think they have a blend. I think Dutch football is also growing, and they can actually, impress at the World Cup.
People feel that the underdogs for this World Cup, the team with the outside chance of surprising everybody, will be Belgium. And you're saying the Belgians on your screen. They have also named their squad.
Yeah.
I mean, they have plenty of quality.
Plenty of quality.
But can they rise to the big occasion? That's the question.
That's a $1 million question. Can they rise to the big occasion?
Mark Wilmot has built a solid team, put them together, but at the World Cup, it's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, it's a different ball game, but then you have to realize that Mark Wilmot is a veteran of the World Cup, was in the Korea-Japan 2002 World Cup, and one of the best players of the competition. Mark Wilmot knows how to get young players, and he has gotten them from Thibaut Courtois to... You mentioned these players, mention players, Van Boten, there's so many of them. Even Januzaj is in the team as well. Exactly, he's in the team as well. Finally decided to play for Belgium 3 weeks ago. So, they've got quality. They've got the young players who are probably making the World Cup for the first time. Lukaku as well. Fellaini.
Eden Hazard. I mean, that's
so much. There's so much. They've got quality. There's a Thomas Vermaelen. There is Vincent Kompany. There's a Vertonghen. They've got players who have made it when it comes to club football, and they qualified very well, easily from their group qualification to the World Cup. So in the World Cup, let's just see if they're going to continue with that momentum and probably surprise people.
Let's talk about a team from South America. And people are saying, look, if there's an outside chance of any team from South America going all the way, it could be Chile. And I mean, that Barcelona man, razor sharp Alexis Sanchez, will be spearheading the attack of Chile. But I mean, playing in South America should be some advantage for South American teams as well, Austin.
Big advantage playing at home, and then they'll try to bring their style of football into the competition. But I've always said is we should be careful. At this stage, at the World Cup stage, one name can't do it. You need a team. And let's go back to Belgium. Mark Wilmot has come a lot of times and say, you guys are calling players. I listen to Cosmos call all these players. But Toyin, they did the basics. They went back, they built a team. This team, they've been playing for over 4 years, and now we are beginning to see what they can do. The qualifiers, they were rampant. They were beating teams, they were showing quality, and they didn't just stop there. The players playing at that national level, they took it back to the clubs. You see the movement. They went back with that same form to the clubs just to sustain the momentum, and that's what they do. Except for probably Fellaini, there has been no lukewarm lately. But with Chile, the World Cup is not new to them. They will say to themselves, it's Brazil. So if Brazil, Argentina is doing well, why can't we do well? They will go with that. But that only Alexis Sanchez will do it. I'll say no. But we all know that Chile plays good team football, and that's a plus.
And they also have an Arturo Vidal of Juventus who has been playing very well.
He's really one of the best box-to-box.
Exactly. There's Mauricio Isla, there's Gonzalo Jara. These are players that have really done well for their clubs. Austin was talking about teamwork and all that. Maybe Chile doesn't have the teamwork like that because it wasn't easy for them to qualify for Brazil. So they'll probably have to come together, work together. Like he said, it's not just going to be Alexis Sanchez or Vidal. They need to play as a team to make sure they do something at the World Cup.
All right, so that's Chile for you. Let's see how far they will go. Let's talk about the last country. Maybe subsequently we'll talk about some other countries as well that have named their squad. But let's close this discussion with France, the major absentee. Although it's expected, he said it a lot of times that he doesn't see himself making the team. Sami El Nasri may be a champion with Manchester City, but isn't going to the World Cup.
Well, and when Didier Deschamps was talking about it today, the way he was saying it, it just reminds me of our own Ike Uche. He talked about the fact that he had quality,
but then he has not contingent of Sanya,
exactly,
Evra, the Bucci of Newcastle. A lot of guys are there, but no
No, Sami Nasri. That's a big name. There's also an Abidal as well that didn't make it. But for Sami Nasri, exactly, he's old and all that. But for Sami Nasri, Didier Deschamps said that Nasri is a kind of player that will bring value to anything, but is a player that he doesn't like being substituted. He doesn't like coming from the bench, and his attitude might affect the team. Reminds me of Ike Uche of Nigeria as well, with the attitude thing as well. So Sami Nasri, this would be a very big blow for him.
Uche's attitude. Are you sure that's his attitude? I don't.
Well, according to the report.
Reportedly.
Reportedly.
Don't forget to include that.
Exactly.
So that doesn't write.
According to the report, yes. So it reminds me of that as well. But this would like be a very big one. But another one is a certain cliche that did make it as well, and they brought in a Lucas Dean, and there's also an Alessandro Lacazette that scored 15 goals for Lyon at the League One. He didn't make it as well. So Didier Deschamps is going with players who he feels will be able to bring value to the team, who he feels would not. They do not want a repeat of what happened during Domenech time at the South Africa 2010 World Cup. So in discipline, exactly. So Didier Deschamps knows what he wants. He knows what he wants, and he goes for players that if you will give him what he wants, I will play for him and will, in quotes, die for the country.
So let me just come in quickly and say, Cosmos, I don't think Deschamps know what he wants at this stage. Dropping a Lacazette and a Nasri, these are players that can just produce that moment of magic when you least expect. You don't drop players like this. You know, you look at Nasri and you can see he's a fighter when he wants to play football. Yes, some players might, feel so bad, you're taking me off when I need to impress. Some players are, I've not been doing so well. About this time I want to, get my moment of shine. The coach feels I should go off, But maybe he has his reasons. But I'm thinking and I'm saying to myself, I won't drop a Nasri. Nasri is one player that can just, turn your game around for you. You shouldn't do that. I think Deschamps got it wrong with Nasri.
Anyway, let's move on the show. Plenty of reactions coming through on Twitter around the World Cup squads that we've talked about, and plenty of people having their say. I mean, someone is even happy that Tevez is not going to be there for Argentina because it takes something away, and is looking forward to when Argentina will play Nigeria and there's no Tevez. But don't forget, there's still a Di Maria, there is still a Messi, there is still an Higuain.
I mean, it's Argentina.
It's Argentina. Any day, anytime.
There's still going to be a handful for any team. Akadiri Oluwaseyi on Twitter says, I was at the campus square and I saw the first two matches of the Channels National Kids Cup Lagos preliminaries. He says it was fun. I almost choked with laughter. And it goes like, these kids, I mean, they can make you laugh, and maybe choke as well. So tomorrow, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to have plenty of fun, see plenty of goals, you know where to go. Onekon Stadium, Campus Square, Channels National Kids Cup Lagos preliminaries entering day 2. We'll go on a quick break now. We'll talk more about it as we go along. And then, of course, allow you to see a beautiful report put together by the sports desk on Channels National Kids Cup Lagos preliminaries day 1 that already produced 40 goals. It's a record, I tell you. Sit back, enjoy it, and come back for more.
St. Paul Primary School, Lagos Island, and Agwegba Anglican Church Primary School kicked off proceedings at the Onekon Stadium.
A competition that has produced so many.
At center referee Sani Quadri signaled the start of the first half.
Number 4 is Sporting.
Both sides showed their strong intent, as no goals could separate the sides at regulation time. The game headed for penalties, with Agwegba edging out St. Paul 4-1.
He takes penalty number 1, and his penalty hits the woodwork. Penalty number 4, and once it's scored, then it's as good as through. And they are indeed through to the next stage of the preliminary stage of the Channels Kids Cup in Lagos.
It was harvest of goals in the day's second game. Goodness and Mercy Primary School showed no mercy to the boys from Toydam.
This looked like a chance for them. And look at that, first goal! The first goal coming to Goodness and Mercy.
Newcomers, Cantoneria, sent another debutant team, Command Children's School or Job Parking, 3 goals to 1.
And a good cross. This looked like a shot goal. Certainly a goal.
I pray that God will give us the strength to do more and more and get to represent Lagos State and get to the top.
The match was a very tough one, but we tried. But next time, I know we'll do better.
The rules are clear. Once your team is beaten, it's bye-bye to the competition. For the losers, it's better luck next year. Ewola Irene reporting for Channels Television News.